Oh, guarded by a rogue exile. Wasn't I supposed to kill one of those? I'll have to double check my... Oh, there's a rainbow. 2 rainbows, in fact. They're marked, but they're not marked well. I almost wish they had like a rainbow outline around them to make them really easy to see. Okay, it's just teaching you about traps for later. Okay, that makes more sense. I was like, I hope the actual Trial of the Ascendancy is a little bit more challenging than that. Maybe? It'd be kind of bleak if it was just like really basic saw blades on the ground the entire way through whatever this like fancy dungeon is supposed to be. Not terrible, but like, I don't know. Because at the same time, I've played many games in the past where it's like, here's the trap dungeon. Nope, you touch the corner of a spike, you're dead. Starting over. Those get to be a bit of a problem. Hello. You're fighting. Oh yeah.
Failure stings, sister. Yet pain is the finest of all teachers.
Okay, the traps in the labyrinth and the trials all do percentage damage. That makes perfect sense. Because I'm like, that was pretty weak earlier. Hello,
That
Helena?
thing! It slaughtered everyone! Help me!
Who? Oh, there's a person in there. I didn't even notice. There was an enemy there. I barely even noticed. Alright, so what's this? Strange device. Baleful gem.
I bequeath this transmutation device to you, Inquisitor Maligaro, in recognition of your devotion to our sublime art. May it be the chariot that conveys your dreams into reality. Malachi, Thaumaturge Laureate to the Empire.
I really like the voice actor for Malachi, by the way. I realize he's probably super evil, but like, I legitimately enjoy listening to him. He's got some good voice acting chops. I wonder who did the voice acting for this. Hello, that's a shirt.
Piety was after a creation of Maligaro's called the Baleful Gem. It's nearby and it's something that heartless bitch must never get her hands on. You have it already. Thank innocence. All right, take it to the Esmeri village by the river. I'll meet you there, for my days with the Ebony Legion are done.
Okay, wait. No, I did solve the Trials of Ascendancy, at least for this area. I got worried for a second, because it still says solve the Trials of Ascendancy, and I'm like, I did. I thought. Actually, anything out here? No. So we just warp back. Oh. Guess that's fair. Hello.
The Oriathan girl. She is alive. She wants to stay with us, not to go back to her people. I say we take her traitor's heart to the chief. Ask that the warriors in black leave us be. I sleep less, but no more, thanks to you. Helena gave me these. Use it, or cast it away. I do not care. I have no time for Helena's breed of peace.
Okay, so Cold Snap. Eh. Herald of Thunder. It's okay. Herald of Ash. Brick Arbor? I think I actually have this here. Minion speed. Because there's something about Herald of Agony. Because I'm not on Act 3 yet. Let's see, Herald of Agony gives you another minion. Yeah, but I don't have Herald of Agony here. That's something I get elsewhere. Okay. I'm just gonna grab Cold Snap, just because.
Exiles.
Spit at me, you dick.
The spirit is strong in Fellshrine. You touch the stones, you will feel it. They spoke to me, those stones. Told me to take their altar, and to find the hand of a good man. He lived in that church, as you call it. The altar is his, and it will wake when he touches it once more. You could find the good man. Bring me his hand. When the spirit of the altar awakes, I will share it with you. I promise.
Goodbye. I gave the Ebony Legion my faith and my loyalty, and it offered me nothing but fear and death in return. Thank you for freeing me from both. I have nothing to give you but my gratitude and my knowledge. I know you have no use for the former, so let's hope the latter makes up for it. Piety would have concurred with Eramir's theory about that northwestern ruin. The Vaal were a powerful civilization predating even the Eternal Empire, and Piety very much wanted to see what toys the Vaal might have left for her to play with behind those stone doors. Yet we couldn't budge them, not with that giant of a tree holding them fast in her roots. You now carry a cure to that problem, or rather a useful illness. Use the spike to inject the baleful gem's calibric extantia into the roots. One day soon, Piety will find her way into that ruin. You need to get there first. According to his notes, the baleful gem was a byproduct of Melegaro's attempts to enhance the already formidable qualities of virtue gems. It was an abject failure, yet Melegaro wasn't one to waste his atrocities. By combining the baleful gem with the venom extracted from one of his arachnid subjects, he brewed something called Black Elixir. He proudly proclaimed it to be the most potent poison in existence, until it was stolen by a man named Victario. It was rather entertaining to read Melegaro's intentions for Victario once he caught the man. Twisted, yet I can't fault the Inquisitor's creativity.
Looks like Herald of Agony can't be gotten on the witch. If you want, someone can grab it for you. What? Also, yes, but what?
Melegaro had an assistant, a man named Raulo. If Melegaro's records spoke truly, Raulo offered himself freely as a test subject. With the spike, Melegaro injected Raulo with a high dose of calibric extantia, thus gifting the poor man with both endless life and horrific deformity. In honor of his sacrifice to Melegaro's work, the Inquisitor gave Raulo a new name, Fidelitas.
I'm just gonna go down the list. She has interesting things to say.
I thought Dominus was a leader of vision, of purpose, the man who would resurrect the Eternal Empire. In truth, Dominus is only after power, the black thaumaturgical power locked within the virtue gems. He wishes to create a new empire, one in his own image. I drank every night to try and wipe that image from my mind. It's still there. Our expedition made camp in the western forest while Piety took a few men through the pass to Axiom Prison. She was after the research notes of one Chevron of Umbra, a witch who devoted herself to the study of transfiguration during the latter days of the Eternal Empire. Piety returned alone and disturbingly happy with her findings. I've learnt that when Piety is happy, misery is soon to follow for everyone else.
So she's where I create a hideout. Sure, why not?
All right. I've taken the liberty of performing a few tests. There are a few magical modifications the transmutia device can make that are safe every time. Try enhancing a piece of equipment now. Let's see if my results hold. Farewell.
Okay, so I can... Hello. So I can add stuff These are neat. I'll have to mess with them later. Okay, and let's go to Guild Stash. We have a gift. Herald of Agony. Grants a buff giving more poison damage and a chance to inflict poison. When you poison an enemy while you have this buff, you gain virulence, and summon an Agony Crawler minion that uses projectile and area attacks. You lose virulence over time, at a rate which increases the more virulence you have. The minion will die when you have no virulence. Interesting. That's really cool. I think the other thing that I need, by the way, if you don't mind grabbing it, is... lesser poison support is apparently something that I can't grab. At least not for a little while. I'm looking at my list. Most of these don't seem amazing yet. Minion damage support, melee splash support. I actually didn't know you could buff skeletons in that way. That's kind of cool, actually. Lesser multiple projectile support. Put this on the side until you have specters at level 28. Huh. I didn't realize that, you could buff specters in that way. That's really cool. So are you going off of a build? Yes, I am. I'm going off of the, what's it called? Speaker for the Dead 74 Minion Summoner. I don't actually know if it's a good build, but I figured it would be a decent thing for me to get into. And I've never played one of these games with straight up 74 minions. Usually you cap out somewhere around 20. And so the idea of playing this with an actually ridiculous amount of minions really appeals. So I'm following a build. It might not be the best, but I don't know. Okay. I don't think I can do the rest. Also, thank you, Acleon, for the, for all of the gems. They're gonna come in handy. Let's actually go back. So we still haven't done that one yet. So we want to go Forest Encampment, at least for the time being. So Speaker for the Dead is very good, but also extremely complicated to get 100% set up. Yeah, I figure if I can get it to, like, even 80-90%, I'll be satisfied. Okay. So none of these are good. I'm not even sure why I picked them all up. Oh, I know why I picked them up, because chromatic orbs. At some point we should probably use some of these, but not immediately. Let's see, so what do we do? Travel to the wetlands, travel to the crypt. Haven't I already been to the wetlands? I have. Oh! Because we've already got the root of the problem, so we can head here. Okay. That's cool. So there is also the thing on the crypt. Oh, and yeah, I should probably use the crafting bench on my hideout. Which I think I can warp to from any waypoint now, which is good. Hello! So your promised the title promised skeletons. Unfortunately, the skeletons are temporary. I have to resummon them whenever I enter a new fight, which is unfortunate because most fights don't last long enough to really warrant summoning them. Though, I will admit my cast speed has gotten considerably faster. So...
Exile! You are a welcome home. Off you go, little beast!
That was fast.
Away!
Add a mod to a flask adds of heat. Interesting. Let's see. If somebody wants to let me know if there's, like, a perk or something that I can get. I would absolutely love, like, a perk that just makes it so I don't have to resummon the skeletons either. But I figure there's no way to make them eternal, I'll just resummon them occasionally. We just unlocked a hell of a lot of recipes. Is that? Nope, that's not one of the critters. Okay, well that's fine. I think this actually was progress. Yeah, it probably was. We'll go back for the crypt in a little while. Oh, I leveled up. But we already got... No, there's something... We're pretty close. Because we want to go over here. Yeah, one more skill point we can get sacrifice. Which means all my zombies will have health regen. Which is kind of important. If we can get them health regen, then I'll never have to resummon them ever. Well, honestly, they've been pretty good lately. When we first started out, my zombies were intensely killable, but maybe it's also one of those that I am more of a powerhouse now, so they're not dying as much because they're not in combat as much. I should really level those gems. Just get that out of the way. Oops. Hello. Nope. I guess this would be a dead end. We're trying to move further away from the starting room, not closer to it. Let's see. Throw in a Herald of Purity to Guild Stash for more minions when you hit things wander. Huh. Alright. The only problem is... I don't... That's... Oh, does that work with all spells as opposed to your regular attack? I think that's a, I think that actually was the discussion, just moments ago. Because, yeah, I guess if I could stack both Heralds plus the Summon Phantasms on Arc, I could probably just zap things and get tons. Let's see. Seriously? The bit of wall looked like it was destructible. But I am apparently wrong. I guess this game doesn't really do a whole lot of, like, destructible physics and whatnot. I don't actually remember it was very good. Someday I should go back to that. There was a game kind of in the same vein as this. It was like Wolcen Lords of Torment or whatever. I had originally played it when it first came out, and I kind of scoffed at it because I thought it was kind of bad at the time. It looked great, but it played bad. And it might have actually gotten like a lot better over the years.
These shiny baubles we pull out of the rock are worth more than their weight in gold. Yet we hardly get paid at all. We should stop work and demand our fair share.
Let's see. Just gonna summon some skeletons here. Ow. Then I'm going to flee. See, I'm not really meant to take hits like this. Should probably do also is, well, we found the thing. I'm gonna keep going. So, for those of you that kind of haven't seen this before, the entire point of these is you're supposed to go as long as possible to find those. The ones with the neat visual effect. Am I safe? Nope. Yep. Well, there's not really much over here. There we go. Yeah, you're supposed to go for as long as possible to get as many of those items to drop. Yeah, there's nothing left. And then afterwards, they just drop on the ground, which is actually really handy, because it means you don't have to waste a bunch of time picking them up. The little symbol next to these things means they can be synthesized, which actually can be quite handy. Nope, that's not it. We probably shouldn't go to the memory nexus. Maybe the next time we get a waypoint, I'll head for one. Wait, Einar was doing memory clearing with you? Didn't realize he'd come with you for it. I didn't realize either. That's amazing. Shame we can't bring him on into the memory nexus itself, because it doesn't count as a separate. Well, it counts as a separate area. It'd be pretty fun to just Shanghai him into like one hell of a ride through nexuses or something. Oh well. I still want to play a game like this someday where you can where it's got like monster collection as part of it. So you get, like, you know, 3 monsters with you. You can customize them, they level up, maybe they even evolve, who knows. And then on top of your character running around fighting things. I guess that's pretty close to what RE Legend was supposed to be, but I don't think RE Legend's ever going to get complicated enough for that. If there was, like, a really, really in-depth Beast Mastery build for this game, I'd actually consider that as well. But as far as I know, the only real minion mastery is just summons, and I guess golems. Because there are golems that you can summon. Let's see. I don't know. It'd be kind of neat to have, like, 3 different skill trees for different, like, sub-critters. What games kind of played like that? I guess kind of, sort of, Guild Wars 1 was like that way back in the day. The Golementalists are pretty funny to watch, too. I assume Golemancy is also a witch thing. Unfortunately, we might be able to get a Golem, but I don't know if it's going to be a main focus of this build. Also, where's the freaking door? I guess down here? Unfortunately, I don't know too much about any of the builds. I probably should pay more attention, but it's kind of one of those where there's just...
We will be best friends, Beast, until we slaughter you!
A lot of dudes. Alright. Get that Skeleparty going.
Survivor,
I don't know.
You are well prepared for the end. This is a fine capture.
Not entirely sure why there were so many dudes. Oh, I see, because we were right at the end. Really?
How fascinating.
I thought there were multiple levels to this place. I guess I'm getting this area mixed up with a completely different one.
That was a great hunt, Exile. I now will write a mighty poem about it.
Now, is his poetry better or worse than V's from Devil May Cry? I guess V just recites other people's poetry. I don't think he's really writing his own. Okay. Let's see, you can spec with a witch in a way to focus on golems, so people will run around with like 7 of them or something, and they go aggro on zones with some gem that amps up their aggression. Huh. So everyone gets access to a single golem. Golemancers get up to 5 alongside other minions, or even more golems at the expense of losing your other minions. Interesting. Yeah, it might be something I consider. I'm kind of locked into this right now. And honestly, I'm fine with it. But if I ever... Actually, honestly, I think if I ever play this with Shell... because she was kind of vaguely interested in playing this again. Because we keep trying to record Path of Exile together. As a multiplayer series. I think if I ever include her on stuff, maybe I'll see if I can push her down a Goldemancy route. Just because I think that would actually be a really decent build. Minion Mastery always feels just slightly less stressful than most others, because you actually have backup. You don't have to kill all of the little minions that are like crawling around on the floor. I can't tell you how many times I got like shivved to death by one of the little were they pygmies? Whatever the little stabber guys in Diablo 2. The ones whose chieftains could breathe fire and wreck you in seconds if you weren't careful. Those guys were always brutal for me, because sometimes I wouldn't see them, because I was on an old laptop that, like, probably was playing 480p. Maybe 720p? No, it must have been 480p. I don't think Diablo even went up to went past originally. Wow, how did we play those games back in the day? Oh, I just tried zapping Kavas. Whoops. Okay, can we get sacrifice? Well, that would be handy.
You and I were the only ones that made it to shore. Alive, anyway. This place is crawling with criminals. Find something you can defend yourself with.
Okay. I want to kill as many as I can. We already know where the thing is. It's just a matter of there's so many dudes. There's so many dudes everywhere. Okay, let's grab this one before it goes too far. Oh, because there's several of these stabilizers.
That'll do for now. I thought I saw some smoke rising just north of here. Could be worth checking if there's... Oh!
Well, this was a lucrative one. I don't know how many dudes are left, but I want to find them. Didn't really check this area very well. Hello, foes. Anybody else want to fight me? I think we've pretty much tapped it all. Yep. Well, that's fine. Because boy did I get a bunch of goodies. Look at all this! And my inventory is horribly full. Well, let's fix that. Let's see. Groost.
Nothing like this happens until you are here. Bring back the light, or you will find my spear in your throat.
Oh, right. I messed up the sun.
Return if you must.
I completely forgot about that.
You disappear into that vaal ruin, and now the sky, the light, the very land limps as a leper. Somehow, whether through deliberate act or accident, you've caused this. Now we all suffer your consequences. Different good, different bad, we now know upon which side the coin has fallen. Fare you well.
I dreamed this. A vast creature. A thing of shadow. I saw it escape from a black prison and climb a man-crafted mountain, drifting up its 4 sheer sides like the mist that reaches for the clouds. It gathered at the peak of that mountain and ate the heart from the sun. You smell of that black mist and something else. Guilt. That is it, yes. Guilt is a strong illness. It gnaws at the spirit until there is nothing left, until you are one of the walking corpses. You want a cure? Find the man-crafted mountain, send the shadow home, and tell the monster to take your guilt with it. Stay true to you.
What has happened? Did the world not rise from its sleep? How do we wake it up? Please, what should we do?
There's one bright spot in this darkness you've released. At least it was you who did it, and you can undo it, I know it. Had it been piety, we'd likely never see the sun again. Farewell.
Okay, so I should probably find... Oh, right.
For all of her strange ways, I've learned not to discount Yena's more vivid dreams. She's in tune with this land in ways I find difficult to comprehend. As to this man-crafted mountain she describes, I have seen only one structure of its like. Stumbled across sketches in the Theopolis archives, a piece of vaal engineering, pyramidal in architecture. According to those documents, the pyramid lies north of the Frisian forest, buried beneath the mantle upon which San rests. I have no idea whether it still exists, or ever existed for that matter. Still, considering the current circumstances, there isn't much to lose in the search, is there? Fare you well.
Okay, so we've got them... They're done yakking my head off.
Eat fast.
Groost is mad at me, but... I mean, when is Groost not mad? I should probably check out the topaz ring. The rest of this stuff is useful. Except for maybe the belt?
Return, if you must.
Probably should have identified everything first, just to get rid of the stupid Scrolls of Wisdom, as I have so many of them. Okay, Strength, Dexterity, it's okay. Let's see. Increase rarity of items found. Increase fire damage, accuracy rating, maximum life. I lose the cast speed, though. Dude, cold resistance, stun threshold. Not really that helpful. Neither are, honestly. Well, that one's slightly higher tier. Plague Mask. Extra accuracy rating, evasion, extra light radius. It's okay. Oh, 15% increased movement speed. We are gonna have to move some gems around though. But that's okay, I've got space in the rest of my equipment.
What troubles you bring now?
Okay. Oh, we don't want to get rid of the wrapped boost. We should probably go back to the memory nexus at some point to actually start fusing some things together. Looks like I've got several viable things. Okay, is this any good? Nah. And this was also no.
Hello.
I definitely don't care about PvP. Okay. Drop these. Oh, I forgot about the ring. Both rings, in fact. Get out of here. Alright. Let's just go back. I think I'm gonna have to take a second trip anyway. I've got a lot of goodies just sitting around. Grand mana flask. Well, it's better than what I have. I wonder if you could enchant flasks in the same manner. Reduce amount. Wait, reduce amount recovered. Instant recovery when low on life. 158 over 10 seconds. So this one's just straight up better. This one, doesn't seem good. Okay, so we're probably fine for a little while. And that's decent armor, but I don't care. Onwards! I don't know what this thing is. But I must say... Hello, thing? Lush Hideout. Oh! Can I find different hideouts? To use. I bet I can. That's cool.
The blackguards will never stop pursuing someone they consider a traitor. I'm a danger to everyone around me and not long for this world if I can't find a place to hide. This seems like a good area to build a hideout, but it's filled with monsters. Can you clear it of everything dangerous? Go with courage.
I can clear enemies? Wait, are those... Was that a murder koala? That was a murder koala. The fact that there are murder koalas in this game amuses me. Let's see, was that it? No. There's a tree. With more murder koalas. Nope. They're just dread primates. Thought for a second it was dead primates. And I was like, I guess that's threatening? I mean, I guess... I'm not actually sure if I'd want a dead primate coming after me or a live one. Both are spooky.
Curious. With the death of the last monster here, the very air itself feels different. I wouldn't use the word purified, but you've definitely negated the pile over this place. I'll stay here for now and make sure nothing dangerous re-emerges.
Okay, so I'm gonna use this. Do I have anything? Yeah. Let's just do maximum life. Can I just jam this onto this helmet? No. I see, so I can only add prefixes and suffixes. Or in the case of this thing, it doesn't look like it can do anything. Let's see, fire resistance, strength, dexterity. What about you? add some intelligence. Let's do that real quick. What's the second thing? What's that other currency? I don't recognize it off the top of my head, but I don't care that much. Okay, so now we're done with that quest, so it's not gonna bug me about it anymore. Awesome.
I could hardly hope for better results. Do note, the device needs special reagents to perform, so not all uses will be so easy.
Okay, so they're called scouring orbs. Gotcha. Let's see. Not that one, but I do want to drop these. And a vaal orb. Corrupts an item, modifying it unpredictably. Interesting. Things for later, probably. Off I go. Oh no! Oh no, no! Okay, that's bad. So, because I...
Greetings.
Because I actually made this into my hideout, I have to go through the Chamber of Sins again. Let's see. Guild Stash, by the way, has Herald of Purity. Okay. Grants a buff which adds physical damage to your spells and attacks. When you kill an enemy when you have this buff, this skill will summon a Sentinel of Purity, or refresh the duration in life. Okay. While we're here... Okay, so I still need more dex for the Herald of Agony. But I can do Purity at the very least. So why don't we, let's switch out Summon Raging Spirit. I'm honestly not using it that much. How long does it last? Oh, I see. So this just reserves X amount of my maximum. That's kind of cool. I don't think I'm going to touch most of these. Okay, let's see. Well, time to walk. So yeah, it's permanent until you die, which is really cool. Oh, Northern Forest. Dread. So I was in the Dread Thicket. Was I? Yeah. Well, in that case, seeing as I screwed up, let's just go to the crossroads and go the other direction. Since you cast it, then change it back to your regular skills, since it doesn't have to stay in your bar at all times. It's fair, I just wasn't using that skill to begin with. So let's just go to the Fellshrine runes, clear this out quick, and then we'll have to go the other direction. Yay, I messed up, but that's fine. Travel to the crypt. How long do these things last? Doesn't say. Well. Yeah, so we'll have to figure out a proper build on some of these. It doesn't look like they last forever, or they get very distracted. But still, more summons on kill or hit works for me, especially if I can actually like chain groups of enemies together. We must be getting close to where I'd originally quit the game. I think we finished Act 2 and then I'd pretty much stopped previously. Which obviously I feel mildly bad about, just because like I do try and finish everything I can. It's just tough. There's so many games out there. I think at the time I was a little bit more sensitive to, like, YouTube ratings. Today I'm just like, today, this week, I don't know. I've just been having, like, a weird year, so I'm just kind of committing to what makes me happy. At least for a little while. At some point, I guess part of it is, I'm kind of... There's not a whole lot of, like, really amazing indie games that have been coming out lately that I haven't already covered. So, like, I kind of wanted to play more Satisfactory today, but at the same time, I've been playing Satisfactory for, like, 14 hours over 2 days. That's a lot of satisfactory to play, especially when the game's not even, like, remotely close to, feature complete. You know, with Factorio, I could probably justify it, especially with some mods to keep things fresh. But after a certain point, I am just straight up, grasping for content instead of actually doing something interesting.
On this day, the second Sacrato of Verusi, 1334 IC, the Army of Purity remembers its most devout and beloved servant, Archbishop Geoffrey of Frisia. As spoken by Geoffrey, only will and truth can prevail over the evil of our own kin. High Templar Vol, Commander of the Army of Purity.
Do we have a crypt in here? I believe we do. Hello, crypt level 1. Okay. Might as well just go straight down. It's all of the Trial of Ascendancy in the area. Oh, hey. Let's see. So I've got all my gooners. Everything is good. I'm curious about how many minions I can get going on this, because the build calls for 74. I wonder if I can get more than that. Probably not in a viable way. I just like the idea of having more minions on screen than there are monsters. Oh, hey, speaking of minions, well, not exactly a minion, but we've got a buddy.
Bring the beast in my sights, Exile. Off you go, little beast. Do not worry, little beast. We will be best friends, beast, until we slaughter you.
Yeah, speaking of, you hit the skeleton button. Summon more skeletons. Summon my zombies. Summon on kill. Go wild. This is why I wanted to be, This is why I wanted to be... Wow.
Survivor, you are well prepared for the end. This is a fine capture.
That's a lot of dudes. This is why I wanted to be a minion master. Just like, oh hey, bunch of enemies, just flood the room. Like, I've always been a little bit disappointed in a lot of, like, MMO type games that minion mastery isn't, like, better supported.
There are no more worthy beasts nearby.
Bye, friend. Bye, friend Einar. For handy. What is... Oh. Do I talk to him or... No, he just bails. Okay.